everyone. How is everyone doing? Sorry, I had to move my computer here because I have the desktop on the left side because I had to switch it. All right. Uh, at the table. How is everyone doing? I'm back from London. Jesus. One piece and alive, in one piece. I thought I couldn't make it back. That's how bad it got, unfortunately, towards the end. Well, honestly, I didn't like that place. First of all, I had to apologize to my friend because I got angry at him. And he's the one who recommended that hotel. Obviously, I didn't do my fucking homework, you know, and I did text him, said sorry. Uh, that place was like hour and a half away, and actually 2 hours away from the fucking airport, Heathrow. And then, you know what really killed me was the fucking jet lag. Somebody had told me when I told them at the airport, leaving from Newark here, you're going there only for 3 days. That's a 7 hour flight. And that place is like 5 hours ahead of us. So there's going to be a lot of jet lag, and I didn't fucking realize. All right. So I got there early morning, and last Friday, and this is the other thing. So for London and England, even if you have a American passport, you need an ETA. They call it the fucking ETA. All right. Which I got that at the airport right away because I was trying to catch the plane, and the lady told me. I'm like, oh great. In any case, so the area that I stayed in the center, it was central London near the Tower Bridge, right? And so first of all, jet lag, and my brother came to meet me that night, Friday night, and it took him forever to get there, because he lives in Norwich, and he took the trains, and I just like like central London where I was, it's just extremely hard to get to or get out of, all right? And then the jet lag, and I couldn't sleep, We hung out, we had dinner, and then, we hung out again after dinner, a couple of bars, and then he went to sleep, and then I'm like up like 12:30, 1 o'clock, right? So I went out again, I hung out, um, and and the next day, we basically, we walked around, Tower Bridge, we saw that, etc., etc. And then, there's a rooftop bar in the hotel. The hotel was, I mean, that whole area is like, I felt like I was in like Soho here in Manhattan, right? And this is the other fucking weird part, all right? If you are going to like hang out by yourself at a bar, right? You can't sit at the fucking bar. Nobody sits there. So you're like a lunatic. You're sit on a table, right, by yourself. And I'm not saying that I wanted to like chat up people and all that, right? But it just felt weird. And then I'm having a hard time sleeping, right? And then I'm trying to hang out, and then I next day, like towards Sunday morning, got really bad because I couldn't sleep, and then they had moved me to a fucking room, right? Which was on the street side, and then there was a highway above. I realized there was so much fucking noise, and I couldn't sleep. I had to call the hotel service, and I told them, listen, you moved me into this place because I needed a twin bed because of my brother, and I didn't realize that it was just too fucking noisy. And that's when, the jet lag hit me really. I'm like, fuck, you know. And And I'm like, fuck this place. It's just like I got really like, worked up and it just, again, I just, it just like, it's just like I'm thinking, should I just move into another hotel near the fucking airport or what the fuck am I was tired. I didn't have sleep, right? But in any case, without justifying, because of course, I should not have said, because he's the one, my friend recommended it to me, but I didn't do my fucking homework, all right? I mean, the whole place was, oh, I mean, I should have just stayed with my brother. I think that's what it was. He had told me he lives in Norwich, it's just away from the city, and I should have just hung out there. And I'm already sick and tired of these cities and hanging out in the cities. So that kind of like also like the noise and this and all that, just the whole fucking thing just blew up in that fucking morning. All right. But finally, I moved into another hotel. I mean, it took me 2 hours to get to that fucking hotel near the airport. All right, Sunday night. I said, because I had a flight back yesterday, 11 o'clock local time, and I'm like, without turning my podcast into a fucking travelogue to London, right? Sort of like, it was good in the beginning and then it turned into a fucking disaster. I'm sorry. Sort of, right? But again, my apologies to my friend. In any case, so yeah, that's what I did. It was an impromptu, unreally unplanned fucking trip, and I guess I just wanted to get the fuck out of Jersey City. Needed a break from this, and I'm like, maybe I should go meet my brother because we have been talking about that. In any case, so here I am. I'm not doing that again. I mean, traveling like that far and just for 2 days, literally, I was there for 2 days. Rest was just fucking traveling. It's not worth it, man. Um, Without repeating myself. All right, so that's it. That's my fucking travel log. And and next time, if I'm going across Atlantic, I'm going there for at least a fucking week so I can just have some, you know, downtime to deal with the jet lag and I don't think I'm going to stay inside London because that's not my fucking cup of tea. I realize I should just stay somewhere outside, and if I need to hang out, I hang out there. In any case, so how is everyone doing? That's my quick podcast, everyone. Summer is winding down. It's already 11th of August, and I don't want to think about fucking winter. I don't like winter anymore. My bones will be creaking, and we gotta go to some, like, I don't know, warmer place. I think we're gonna be in Islamabad for at least for December. You know, which is much warmer than here in Northeast New York, New Jersey. And then if you can afford maybe a couple of weeks down in Florida. But let's see, because it's also expensive. The travel, the Airbnbs and everything. It's not cheap, man. I mean, it's also, what the fuck am I trying to say? Time, yes, of course, time. But uh, I'm not really good at planning. That's what I realized. Unless something is really, really necessary, I don't really plan ahead, which is bad. I'll make decisions, you know, on the fucking fly. This one was really not good, honestly. So in any case, bashing the whole trip so much. Let's just move on. I mean, life has to move on, and this was just an experience. That's all I can say. All right. So, what else is going on? I'll just end my podcast. I mean, it's already 10 o'clock, and last night, I didn't have any sleep, and I mean, I by this time, I was like a zombie. But I got some sleep yesterday. I was telling my wife I was feeling like I was in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean. In terms of my circadian rhythm. It takes like 3-4 days at least to get into that time zone, right? For your body. But what else going on? What else is going on? That's it. There's nothing really extraordinary going on, or I don't know. Politics. I don't want to talk about fucking politics. All right. I'm looking forward to actually our trip, me and my wife's trip to Rockies. All right, that's going to be a really good one, hopefully. All right, and both of us, we are from mountains, so that's the kind of landscape we like, really. And in 2016, I went there for the first time, and then I just look. I'm like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. But then it just didn't happen. I'm talking about Colorado, Rockies. Somewhere Boulder or nearby. Just move over there, be in the fucking nature. Be with mountain lions, do some hiking. Although I can't do hiking anymore, unfortunately. I can hardly just play golf because at some point in time my fucking sciatica is going to come back. It's like that fucking, what do you call, thing that's there. Sometimes I feel it's telling me that I'm going to wake up anytime, man, anytime. But so far I'm okay. Hopefully this weekend we can play some golf. All right. So the only thing I would say, is the 6 hour, 7 hour flight, right? Who was trying to actually build these fucking planes, like supersonics? Would they, you could travel like 2 hours to get to London. Why don't we have those? I don't fucking understand. This is 2026 and we don't even have those. So London, it still takes like 7 hours to get there, right? Our technology and the experience of flying in itself is just a fucking disaster. It's you know it's not a good experience. Just the whole thing. It's not a comfortable experience unless you have gazillion dollars and you're flying in the first class of the first class of the first class, and then you get all the privileges and everything. And even then, the whole like I mean, the whole you know the experience of air travel. Experience of air travel is still a pain in the fucking ass. All right, you too. Please don't shut down my you know my video. Okay, I'm trying not to curse, but that's the fact. We are still dealing with everything you can deal with in air travel. Just like 20 years ago, nothing has changed. I don't think so. All right, some things have actually gotten worse on uh, unfortunately. All right, and then the whole like experience of getting into another country and coming back, and then coming back, here in Jersey, so many fucking people waiting for to get in. All right, it's just I don't like ever travel anymore. But unfortunately, you don't have a choice. Few more minutes, princess. Hold on, sorry. So hold on a second. I'm going to forward this to you, okay? Meeting ID, blah blah blah. Do I need to send this to you? The MTA thing? Hold on. Sorry, I apologize. Uh, so that's it. That's my podcast. I hope that we humans, and this is what I would end my podcast with, all right? And that would be the advancement and progress we have made in computers and social media and all this, all that, right? AI and all that. That's well and good. But somehow computers and the whole fucking thing has just hijacked our progress from other avenues, such as what I just talked about. All right? Like supersonic jets, or not jets, but whatever, airplanes, faster airplanes, better airports, right? A better travel experience of air travel. That's all I'm asking for. But we haven't. These fucking big companies, you know, Amazon and all these companies, and they are basically they have put they've just sort of like you know manipulated the market somehow. It became, I'm not saying that they did it, it just happened, and Google and all these companies, and just everything became like this personal thing, and nobody cared about like all these other things. All right, I would rather fucking fly my own fucking plane if I could, you know faster and all that shit. In any case, all right, everyone, that's it. That's my podcast, and again, apologies to my friend, and I will talk to you all next week.